You guys feeling funky tonight? We're feeling funky tonight.
It's a night.
It's a fucking night.
And it's just getting started.
I know.
It's getting started. Oh, sorry. Throwback on the 90s.
So we were talking about that before, actually.
Okay.
I wanted to kind of go back to that because that's an interesting subject, is music background and, like, where you got your different styles of music from. Because, like, me, I have a broad spectrum in the sense that I listen to little classical, little classic rock, metal, rap,
Right.
funk. I love funk. I love feeling funky.
Okay.
And like, all those come from different places, you know.
Right.
And you have all your different styles, and I'm sure they all come from different places.
Oh, big time. Like, I definitely have a unique pattern of music. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's another time, another story. But
No, that's what we're doing right now. I brought it up. That's why I brought it up.
All right. Me first or you
I
first?
go first.
All
so
right.
you can see where I'm headed with
Feeling,
this.
going, yeah.
Just the tip, you know what I mean?
Yes, please. What? Oh.
Oh, fuck.
That's what this is all about.
No, but like my like classic rock and like early like heavy metal, like Sabbath and
Right.
even like Journey, and like some of those bands are like the Doors and the Who and CCR. I could go on forever. That was all my grandpa. My grandpa was a music guy through and through.
Right.
Like, he loved music the way that I loved music.
Okay.
And so I got all that from him. I remember we used to ride up to my grandparents. They owned property up in the mountains. We used to go camping every weekend. We used to ride up there, and I used to get off the school bus and go to my grandma's work, and then wait till my grandma got off work on Friday, and then my grandpa would come pick us up with the truck all loaded and ready to go camping. And we'd go up in the mountains, and the whole way up there, we'd listen to all kinds of shit.
Yeah.
All kinds of good shit. Like I said, the Doors, Bob Seger, CCR, the Beach Boys, you know, Elvis, just all the old good shit.
Yeah.
My grandma didn't really let us listen to a whole bunch of the heavier stuff, like Led Zeppelin and Sabbath. And
Oh, come on.
my grandma's not into that. But she was who got me into like the older country, like Johnny Cash and Marty Robbins and
Fair enough.
Hank Williams, the original.
Yeah. That's a thing.
Yeah. And then my mom and dad, they got me more into like the 70s, 80s, 90s thrash, metal, that kind of era.
There you go.
You know, my dad and mom, Metallica, Skid Row, you know, Slayer, Anthrax, all the good shit. Just the good shit.
Sounds like good shit.
And then my stepdad actually got me into more of like the heavy metal, you know what I mean?
Okay.
King Diamond and Lamb of God, and like...
Okay.
Yeah. And some bands I listen to, like Slipknot. I've always listened to Slipknot, kind of. And I've always liked them, you know what I mean? But they weren't my favorite.
Right.
And until I went to see their show, and after I saw their show, like, they became they were it was the coolest live show I've ever seen.
Is there different levels of metal? Like, does that make sense?
It's like a tree.
Okay.
Like a tree. The roots are like your bands that kind of steered towards that directions, like the Doors with their really dark lyrics and things that they would sing about, and then you had like Led Zeppelin with their heavier guitars and faster beats and stuff.
Right.
And then as the tree's going up, you got like Black Sabbath, Motorhead.
Motorhead!
And then you come up a little more, and you got the British, the new wave of British heavy metal in the early 70s, or late 70s, early 80s.
Okay.
And then you have your Iron Maiden, Judas Priest, you know.
Okay.
Speaking of Judas Priest, I gotta
okay.
talk about that later. Remind me about Judas Priest later.
I'll try to. I can't promise anything, but I'll try to.
Then after that comes thrash, Metallica, the big four are thrash: Metallica, Megadeth, Anthrax, Slayer.
Okay.
And they all started around between 1980 and 1984. And then they branched out even more. There were different... It's weird because different genres of metal come from different places. Like death metal, like black metal, the ones with like the painted faces and the studded armor and shit.
Yeah.
That comes from Miami.
Okay.
Like, that's a weird fucking place for that to start. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Miami. I mean, it kind of makes sense, though. Sounds like a Florida man thing to me.
Okay.
But, like thrash metal, like the Metallica, Anthrax, Slayer, Megadeth, they all came from, like, the Bay Area in California.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
Metallica and Slayer are both Raiders fans. Fun fact of the day.
Fair enough.
But, yeah, and then it just keeps branching out more and more. And I could go on for fucking 10 more episodes talking about this. I could talk about this for 45 minutes at least.
I feel like you could. I mean...
Which actually kind of leads us into our next topic. Is, what would you want your dream festival, music festival, or concert to be?
I feel like you've had more time to think about this. So I'm going to let you go first.
You want me to give you the rundown? I have a whole rundown. I wrote it down in everything. I gotta find it here in my book of notes. Oh, here it is. So, I'll just give you guys the headliner for now. We've got... Because I've got like an 8-day show plan. Like, I cracked out on the subject for some reason because I thought it was a cool topic. I've got like an 8-day show planned and locations and times and but just the headliners for today are some of the bigger ones: Slipknot, Korn, Black Sabbath, Judas Priest, Iron Maiden, Lamb of God, Metallica, Volbeat, Motorhead, Rob Zombie, Marilyn Manson, Avenged Sevenfold, Pantera, System of a Down, Rage Against the Machine, Slayer, Anthrax, Gwar, Dio, Megadeth, Rammstein. And those are just some of them. I cracked out on this. Like, there's a whole, like, Adam can see. I wish you guys could visualize this, because it's...
Fair enough.
It's intricate. I planned this all out. Like, bands are kind of playing together.
That's a
and
thing.
Yes, I understand that, like, Pantera isn't a thing anymore, and, like...
See, it's very interesting because, like, you and I are very different. I'm just going to throw that out there right now because I'm going to shock every one of our viewers on where I'm going with mine. And it's very much just one of those, like, no, that's just who I am.
Here's the rules, though. Like, listen.
What?
Like I use, like, Pantera and Dio. And there's some other ones on here that I use that, like, Pantera, Dimebag Darrell is dead.
Okay.
And Vinnie Paul just died a few months ago. So Pantera hasn't been a thing for a long time.
Okay.
Dio has been dead for a while now. There's a lot of these bands on here.
That is a good imagination, but
yeah,
it's not actually a thing. See, I don't know.
My little brother gave me this topic, actually.
Oh, okay.
So that's why him and I had a lengthy talk about the term dream concert or music festival. Like, that would be my dream. Dreams don't always come true.
I'm just going to tell you that because I missed the opportunity, I would like to have the opportunity to see the Zelda Symphony Orchestra around, because at the time that they were around, I did not have any money nor the availability to get a ticket. And so it was very much I missed what I would say, golden opportunity.
How does that work? Is it just the orchestra, or do they have, like, video playing behind them, or, like, images, or...
It's like they'll have like the rememberable times of the video game, and like during that time when the music was playing, and they will fill in the music.
Okay, that's pretty cool. I guess. Yeah.
And so it was very much a like to like realize like where they recorded it and how they recorded it, like. And these are professionals. These are people who like bleed from their fucking fingertips.
So
I don't know.
let me get this straight. You can pick and choose any artist, anybody to be in any lineup, as many as you want, for one time, and you choose the Zelda orchestra. I could get a fucking high school band to play you some Zelda songs, bro.
You say that, but they're not the professionals. Like, I want the professionals. But, like, also at the same time, like, if we're talking like that, it's like the Police, the Beatles, like, you know, all these, like, collections of bands that aren't actually together. And so, yeah, it's kind of...
Well, that one's hard for me, too.
Yeah.
Because, like, I could do, like, 10 different types of these festival things that I set up here, you know?
Yeah, it looks like it, too. He really did put in a lot of effort.
I just got, like, metal on this one. But I could do a whole nother one that was, like Woodstock.
Yeah.
Just Woodstock as a whole. That would have been fucking cool to see.
That's...
I feel like everybody at one point wishes they could have been at Woodstock, though.
In one way or another.
Although I have talked to a couple girls that I have, like, cut off talking to them because they don't know what Woodstock is.
Yeah.
Even if they're, like, my age, I'm like, I feel too old for you.
Right?
Like, it's weird, because I have the personality of an old man. You know what I mean?
Your back problems certainly have it, too.
Oh, I'm feeling it bad, too, dude. It's... Hey, you whippersnappers! Get off my lawn! I shook my fist at him earlier because I didn't have a cane, but I felt the dying urge to go get a cane, so...
Oh, my!
This is dumb, isn't it?
We haven't even, like... I mean, yes,
We've just kind of touched on a couple things.
Yeah.
But I mean... Never mind.
Oh, my.
Alright, guys. We're almost out of time here. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back. Show us your titties.